thread that I'll pick up from what Puneet said was around vulnerability, right? That is, when we've been this whole um, narrative around vulnerability and being an authentic leader has been going up over the last few years. So Vaidheesh, I'll come to you and ask you, this whole, the mental health crisis, despite all of this, just continues to grow. And there was a Lancet study in December 2019, even before the pandemic struck, which said that 1 in 7 Indians struggle from mental health disorders, and about 45 million struggle with depression, 45 million struggle with anxiety. Um, it can be very hard to put your finger on it as a leader as to what is going on. So my question to you is, how real do you think it is? And do you see it around you? And how do you even begin to understand that there might be an emotional or a mental health challenge going on?
Yeah, well, Pooja, what you said is absolutely correct. I'm not sure it's just only in India. In my health care industry experience of over now 38 years, I've had a chance to work on mental health as a subject, because of course we do have drugs to deal with that, but of course whether it's a bipolar or whether it is a schizophrenia kind of stuff, there is a society called as the Stigma Society, which is basically trying to deal with this whole concept of mental health. It's a big stigma, just not only in India, and a country like India and some other older countries, mental health is always seen in a very different light. Nobody wants to go and get their issues sorted out, right? Unlike in Western world, having a shrink is as good as going to a dentist, right? So as far as our organization is concerned, at least I can say for myself, what we have something called as the Employee Assistance Program. And it's widely advertised within our company in GSK. And also what we felt is that sometimes the mental health challenges, people don't actually pick up the phone and have a call. So what we do is that we have an in-plant clinician. We also invite, and we have various sessions, and we give an opportunity for people to have a informal chat, and also on an anonymous basis, people can have a conversation about the challenges with those clinicians. Now, is it easy? How many people now? I can say that there are people who came out and resolve the challenges. There are people who don't resolve the challenges. But frankly, in my opinion, this is a big issue that we as a corporates have to attend to it. And we put some good experts in our organization as a resource for our employees. And I don't think we are going to be spared during the pandemic, because in pandemic, it's going to get accentuated, as British Medical Journal clearly mentioned, this whole concept of moral injury. And there are two ways in people can react to during this pandemic time, where people can blame themselves for not things happening, particularly in the healthcare field, where some of the doctors go through this whole trauma of seeing a lot of stuff, they're making certain tough decisions. And similar the case with the family, people do make tough decisions. And there are women at home, they're now doing multiple things as compared to men at home. And how do they manage this during this time, attending to the digital calls, attend to the child's education, putting them through their classes, at the same time manage. So we have had this kind of cases also being attended by our counselors. It is a very important topic. And only thing is that our objective should be to figure out how do we support. There is something called as the opposite of moral injury is also growth. There are people also grow out of these scenarios where people develop resilience, people develop phenomenal skill to deal with this challenging time. So as a company that our aim is to figure out how do we provide an opportunity for people to move into the other side of dealing with the growth rather than dealing with through positive conversations. And of course, we can talk about it a little later, but I think these are very real challenges, mental health, and I fully believe every organization should look at providing resources.